Last season, Oregon defensive end Jalen Jelks led the Pac-12 with 57 tackles as a defensive lineman. He also notched nearly 8 tackles for loss and had 4 quarterback sacks. He was also named to the All-Pac-12 conference team by the Pac-12 coaches. Here we are, fast forward 8 months later, and Jelks is now a member of the Dallas Cowboys, drafted in the 7th round, 241st overall. Earlier today, I had a chance to sit down with Jalen and talk about his time in Eugene with the Ducks, also his time here with the Dallas Cowboys, and life overall in the NFL. Well, Jalen, I want to start. Let's go back to last year. You guys had a 9-win season with Oregon. You come off the bowl game with that 7-6 win over Michigan State. Was that the season that you had hoped for?
Honestly, yes and no at the same time. Obviously you want to go to the national championship, the Pac-12 and all that stuff, Rose Bowl and all the big stuff. But, we dealt with what we had, and, we took advantage of all our opportunities, and, we listened to the coaching staff and trusted them and believed in them a lot. And, they took us a long way, and, it's a lot farther than what we've got in the past. And, I can't wait to see what happens this weekend with them.
I want to talk about Coach Cristobal and the staff that they brought in. Coach has really seemed to meld himself well in Eugene. Right. He's a player's coach. He seems to be a player's coach. What is it about him that excites players so much? He's recruited so well to Eugene.
Honestly, I think it's just his personality. He's a true grit guy. He came from Miami back in the day when he knows all the hard-nosed guys, and people out that played before us, and honestly set a stepping stone for players that want to play football in the league and stuff. So as many people he's been around and as many different type of players he's coached and stuff, he knows what it takes. So he knows with recruiting and stuff who to go get, who to go talk to, how how to approach certain things, and he has that type of personality that makes you want to join him. So I feel like, especially with this recruiting class that he just got, they feel like he's gonna be like their dad. He's a great guy on and off the field. He'll take care of you. So that translates to how they're gonna play as well, because I know once you have some trust in your coach and stuff, you want to play for him. So I feel like that's gonna help out with them a lot, and I think they're gonna go pretty far.
Why do you think Coach Leavitt, Jim Leavitt, wasn't a good fit for the Ducks? I mean, he brought a good defense. What was it about him that obviously Andy Avalos has a good name. He comes into Eugene now as a new defensive coordinator. Was Coach Leavitt just not a good fit for that staff?
I don't know. I figured I liked him as a coach a lot. He helped me through my ways a lot, and I was kind of back and forth guy. We were kind of debating on outside backer, DN type of guy, and I was getting thrown into the mix and stuff. But they worked with me very well, and I never had any problems with any one of them. So honestly, I don't know if it was just something that they didn't get along with, behind closed doors, or stuff that, because at practice everything seemed cool and dandy. So I have no idea, honestly.
Have you been keeping up with the guys this year as they've gone through fall camp?
Definitely. I've been checking on Fat Mag, Jordan, Austin, Gus, and all the other guys now. It's kind of funny because now they're the older guys, and a couple years ago they were just the young bucks. So it's kind of funny to look back now and see how they're translated in the game and how much they've improved and stuff. So they get to showcase it this weekend. I can't wait to go watch them.
Before we talk about your time here with Dallas and the Cowboys, this is a huge game for the Ducks. I mean, they've had these big games to start the season before, but this could really set the tone for what they do this year.
Right.
A lot of people around the country are talking about them having a great season, possibly a championship season, not only the Pac-12, but getting into the Final Four.
Right.
Do you love these kind of games when you begin the season to face an opponent like Auburn?
Oh yeah, because you get to test yourself, all the hard work and stuff you just put in during camp, the off season, and having a big test like that come out to play, especially in a stadium like this, in the Cowboys Stadium, is amazing. And for a lot of the younger guys, it's going to be an eye opener, and for a lot of other guys, it's going to be a stepping stone for some greatness. So I can't wait.
How difficult is that for a player to go through camp and you practice against yourself, but then all of a sudden you're thrown into a big SEC opponent like this? Is it tough to get kind of acclimated to that first game?
For me, I would say no. For me, I'm kind of the direct opposite. For me, I'm more of the player that I hate beating up on my teammates all day, and I can't wait to cut it loose when we play somebody else. So hopefully they have the same mentality, and once they see the Auburn Tigers, they can just cut it loose and just go out there and have fun and ball out.
Who do you look forward to seeing this weekend?
Big Herb, Gus, Justin, Cyrus, all the guys that I was there with. I haven't even got a chance to meet any of the freshmen yet, so it's going to be kind of an awkward situation with that. But all the other guys and stuff, they know me. So I was there for 5 years, so I know a lot of the staff. So it's going to be good to see them. But it's going to be a great season and a great first opening game. So ain't no telling what's going to happen. But I just hope they all show up and show out.
Drafted in the 7th round, 241st overall. What was it about the Oregon program that prepared you for the NFL?
Everything. Whether it's on and off the field issues, getting to meetings early, staying on time, dressing right, having the right, persona about you. So, you want to step off the field, you want to have the same kind of, critiques. Oh, he's a good guy. He's worked hard in the classroom, on and off the field, regardless of any situation. He's going to be there on time, straight to the point. He's going to be a hard worker and stuff like that. So transitioning in here, it's the exact same thing. They want you to be on time. You want to know all your stuff, all your plays, be on top of things, and, just be an adult and, treat yourself like a professional. So, definitely for the younger guys, the easier you can, transition and do that stuff quicker and as soon as possible, the easier it'll be when you get here.
Is that something that you came to Oregon with out of Phoenix? Was that something that did you have that in you already, or was that something you learned on the college level?
It was, instilled in me here and there as I went through high school and stuff. And, as I got to college, we had a lot more seminars and stuff, whether it was, media attention and stuff like that, that kind of help you build to become the player that you want to be and, help have the, the right background that you want to, show off. So, it's a lot of hard work here and there between interviewing and stuff like that. But, in the end, it's always for the better.
What was draft day like for you?
It was amazing. I woke up, went and had nice breakfast with my parents. We went over to my agent's house actually and watched the draft with some other guys like Manny Wilkins and Cullen Gillespie and guys like that signed with my agency. So it was a real fun day. We all got to sit down and just hang out and watch the process go by. And as it started ticking down, it starts getting antsy and stuff. And once you finally get that phone call and you pick your phone up, your heart kind of sinks and reality sets in quick. It's real humbling.
Something special about the star on that helmet. Mm-hmm. Did you know it was going to be Dallas? Had you had a lot of conversation with them, or were there other teams that you were thinking might grab you?
I honestly had no idea it was going to be Dallas. I was just sitting around waiting. People were texting me all day, trying to figure out what was going on. Text me the day before. So, it was just a big waiting game. You'll fit in where you get in, and the right team will pick you when they want to get you. So, obviously, I ended up here, which is a great fit. I love it here, and it's been a great experience so far, and I love it.
Tell me about the jump from the college game to the NFL game. You talked about putting your work in the classroom and keeping your body right and eating right and all that. How big is that jump from college, from Division I to the NFL?
It's a big jump, honestly. Whether it's the preparation and stuff, the little things that you have to take care of, being on time, studying, this play here and there in your playbook, or, getting to meetings early and, asking your coach something that you might, not recognized earlier in film. So, translating between college and NFL is two totally different things. The playing speed is totally different. You get out here seeing some of the best people, in the NFL. We have some of the best people in NFL on our team, and it's crazy to see them, people that you always play with in Madden or, NFL Street and all the legends and stuff. And now that you're here, you're like, whoa, it's a big eye-opener because you see the real game time speed, and you get a feel for it as you go, so you have to pick up where you left off from college. But it's definitely a big change, and I feel like Oregon was a great program to help me prepare for a situation like this because of how fast-paced we are and what kind of coaching style we have and what kind of coaches we do have, and it translates to here.
Rod Marinelli, the defensive coordinator here. What have the conversations been like with the defensive coaching staff and you, and how do you see yourself fitting in here?
They've been really well. Whether it's me talking to coach in the morning, like, hey, 74, what'd you eat today, or stuff like that, or you paying attention to your keys, and they always want to make sure you're paying attention to little things, whether it's your get off, snap count, stuff like that, your foot, your foot replacing your hand, your hand speed, whether it's dropping shoulder, stuff like that. And somebody that comes up to you every day and instills that in you, and make sure and he literally repeats the same thing every day. Mm-hmm. And over why it's kind of repetitive, but it does keep it in your head when you go out there on the field and you sit down. You're like, okay, alignment, assignment, keys, technique, stuff like that. Get off the ball, speed. It helps out a lot, and I thank Rob for that a lot. And he's a great coach, and I can't wait to keep being mentored by him. Kind
of on that same line, I think in your first 2 years at Oregon, you were 260. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're a big guy. You're 6'6".
Yeah.
You're down to, I think, 245 now, or somewhere in that area.
Back up to 260.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to talk to you about that weight. Do you need that extra weight at this level?
I would say so. Just because, these are grown men. These are people, fighting for their families and, a job every day, and you're on the same page. So you definitely can't be light in the butt, and you definitely got to be a little bit stronger and heavier, when it comes to putting the pads on and, hitting people. So I would say that the little bit of weight here and there definitely help, but, you have to put on the right way, whether it's muscle, trimming down some fat and, picking up some speed and stuff like that. And, we have one of the best strength staffs in the world, and, I thank them a lot for, getting me right.
Who's mentored you since you've been here? Have you gone to a few of the guys here, the vets, and talked to them about playing in the NFL and your rookie season? How's that worked?
They do it every day in meetings. D-Law, Tyrant Crawford, Robert Quinn, Carey, Hyder, Dorrance Armstrong, Taco, all the other guys. They help you every day. They help all of us in meetings and stuff, whether it's little, stuff that we need to write down that, will help us translate to practice. Like, hey, just watch your foot in the way that you turned it there, and it's going to get you there quicker. Or, dip this shoulder down a little bit lower, and it's going to help you bend the corner to beat that offensive lineman, or, pick that guy's elbow up off you, and, you'll beat them. So, little stuff like that, tips and tricks of the game. And, guys have been in the league for, ever now, some of the best, defensive ends in the league now. We have them on our team, so it's great to be able to learn from them and, pick up everything that they have.
America's team, what's it like to have that star on the helmet, to wear that?
It's great, man. I still got to earn it. This week's roster cut, so I still got to earn it. And, I got to put everything down on film that I can so I can get a chance to, be a Dallas Cowboy.
Let's talk about that for a second. This is a huge week, for not just for you, but for a lot of people. Right. Unfortunately, you got nicked up a little bit, and I think it's maybe a game-time decision on Thursday night. But, right. Man, how big is this week for those guys who might be on the bubble?
It's a big week. They're going to try to do everything that they can when they can. And, if their number gets called, people are going to be running around like chickens with their head cut off. So, it's been a long process, between the combine and training and stuff and, fall camp. And now that, season's getting ready to hit, this is, your lifeline. Regardless if you're on the team or not, there's, all the other teams in the league watching preseason games to, pick up people. And, if you're working hard and, if the team cuts you or something, they might want you. So, you have to put everything on film, fly around 100 miles an hour, just put your best foot forward.
Disappointing for you to have the little injury and not be able to practice this week and put more of that on tape? Right,
definitely. It's definitely a downer. I try to put as much as I could on film, during the game to just try to show them, hey, I got what it takes. And, now that I'm a little nicked up here and there, it's kind of a bummer, but, it makes me want to work harder, when I get back, because I see my brothers out there working every day and, pushing to, make the group better. And when I see that, I definitely want to be a part of that. And, it's something that, I don't want to miss out on.
You may not be able to answer this, and I'm just curious. Do you have any indication? I mean, I've seen your name all over the depth chart. The second left defensive end on the two deep. Any idea where you might be?
It's all up in the air, honestly. Once it's up to coach. It's his final decision, and all I can do is just put my best foot forward and put as much work as I can on tape.
Let me ask you about Coach Garrett. I talked to him earlier today, and I asked him about you, and he said that you had a great game against the Texans a few nights ago, barring the injury. You have good instinct. He said you're fast. You have good skill as far as your measurables. And what kind of coach is Coach Garrett? Have you been able to really spend much time with him at all? I know it's your rookie season, and there's a lot of guys on this roster, but right. What about Coach Garrett?
My experiences with him so far have been great. He just tries to take care of us, helping us out in little ways, whether, we need to pick it up or, we need to step it down a little bit, whether it's in walkthroughs and stuff, hey, just, watch your footwork right there and, it'll help you out practice when, it translates. So he picks out the little things and he wants you to take care of the details because he cares about the team. That's his big emphasis, the team. And, that's the biggest part about it. You can do whatever you want on your own, but without the team, what are you? So I love the kind of coaching style he has, and I love what type of person he has, and, I can't wait to work with him this season.
With a contract comes financial stability. Even though you're a rookie, what are some of the things that you hope to accomplish with your first check, with those kinds of things when your contract comes through?
Save it. Save it. That's a big thing. A lot of people in this league, go out and buy the flashy stuff, and I like that too every once in a while, but, there's a time and a place for that. You have to be smart with your money these days and, market it right and, set yourself up for life and after football, because there is going to be life after football, and you don't want to be working at McDonald's after you get done playing in the NFL. So, you have to be really smart.
Jalen, you were well loved in Eugene. You're still well loved. Even you've only been out of the city now for a few months. I want to give you a chance to kind of say a few things to those Duck fans watching. Any message you'd like to give the guys on this year's Duck squad and fans back at home?
Go ball out, do everything you can do to, represent Oregon. There's a long pass behind you. You guys have to, take care of and keep pushing forward so we can go ahead and get that national championship. I love all you guys. I'm proud of you guys, and I can't wait to watch you guys play this weekend. And go Ducks, baby.
Jalen Jelks, a Dallas Cowboy. That must sound pretty good.
It does. It's a great feeling.
Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. Warren Williamson, Oregon Duck Football News with Jalen Jelks.
Appreciate it.